Trusting God on the journey.
If you study the history, were giants. They were giants. God will lead you in a pathway where you have obstacles that are larger than you. God will lead you in a way where you'll see things you can't handle. And I know a lot of times they sit there and tell you God will never put more on you than you can bear. But you'll never find that in the Bible. Ever. Because God will put more on you than you can bear. Just to show you what he's willing to bear for you if you trust him. God will put more on you than you can bear just to show you what he's willing to bear for you if you trust him. When you get to the point that you say, this is too heavy, I can't handle this, you might be right, because it wasn't designed for you to handle it. It was designed for the Holy Ghost to hold it for you. And if you consult the Holy Ghost, because Jesus said in John 14:26 that I will send the Comforter in my name to bring all things to your remembrance, that is the Holy Ghost. To remind you that I'm going to help you carry that load. To remind you that I'm going to bring you out that dark situation. To remind you that you wasn't supposed to do all of that. To remind you they need to learn to call on me like you call on me. I don't mind standing in the gap for prayer for somebody else, but you got to teach some people, you got to pray for yourself. You're not going to make it in on mama and grandma's prayers. Mama and grandma's prayers might get you an introduction, but you got to have your own conversation. Come on now. Somebody know what I'm talking about. You might get the introduction, but it's up to you and your conversation. Are you with me, family? So he said he was going to bring them in front of them. And there was 6 of them. All right. 24, thou shalt not bow down to their gods. You don't bow down to what they worship. I didn't come to join the crowd. Paul said, be in the world, but not of the world. There was a time I was a motorcycle chaplain, and I went to cabarets and had a good time, rode my motorcycle and everything. And a young man, after I had got out of there, he talked to me and he told me, he says, I used to see you. I said, you did? He said, and I sat there and asked them, who is that? And he gave him my name. See, I didn't understand why they respect you so much until they explained to me who and what you were. God used me in that area. It's something that he asked me. He said, well, who is he? He said, he's the chaplain.